This vlog is a little bit short, so that makes a perfect excuse for Q&A. I went on Twitter and I asked you guys to ask us some questions, and you guys on Twitter were not very open to asking questions, but Instagram is the place to ask questions. So we're gonna go through and answer some questions from you guys. So RMag007 asked, can Blake cook? Yeah, he actually can cook okay. And how many countries have you guys been to?
Together?
I don't think we've
Canada.
We've been to Canada together, and we've been to the United States together, but we haven't traveled much together at all. I don't even know off the top of my head. He's counting. I'm not even gonna try. I've been to most of Europe, so I don't know if that. I'm not even gonna try.
Is Kuwait?
That is a country.
That's a country, right? Kuwait's a country.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we land.
Didn't you leave the airport? If you left the airport, then...
No, I didn't leave the airport in Kuwait. I stayed on the plane. We had to.
Oh, then that doesn't count. Nellie Lanzi asks, what are you most excited about when Blake is out of the Air Force? You answer first.
Yeah, so for me, I think it's the opportunity to do something different.
That's a good answer.
I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Biggest thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear ya. I'm probably just most excited about the freedom to kind of do whatever we want to do and go where we want to go.
Yeah.
Does Blake have a pretty good idea of what he wants to do when he gets out? Do you know?
Yeah, I kind of have a general idea. I like what I work on, so I want to keep doing that or something relating to that. I like aircraft and stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know how obvious this is, but do you want to talk about like what you actually do? Like, what is your job? What do you work on?
Oh, I work on MQ-1s and MQ-9s, basically. What people like to call drones. You know, they're technically not drones. They're remotely piloted aircraft.
Yeah, RPAs.
RPAs, or UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles.
Nobody likes calling them drones.
Yeah.
Because a drone infers that it's...
autonomous machine that does its own thing, basically. And these things are controlled 24/7.
Right. So it's like kind of a funny, like, little hitch in the...
It's like one of those things, like, calling it a drone is, like, offensive or something like that.
Yeah, in the RPA community, people are like, no, it's not a drone, they're RPAs. Yeah. Because RPA means somebody's actually controlling it, and a drone infers that it's not something
like you press a button and it's like, okay, bye.
Yeah, which these don't do. And you're an avionics specialist.
Yep.
So you kind of work on like electronics
and stuff.
Yeah. So he's an avionics specialist. Dog Napper asks, do you planning on traveling outside the U.S. while Blake is deployed? I assume it means, are you planning on traveling outside the U.S. while Blake is deployed?
Are you planning or do you plan? They probably were doing that. And
I've done that so many times, yeah. Actually, we're trying to figure that out right now because we've mentioned this before, but where Blake is going, we're not going to say like where he's specifically going, but it will become extremely obvious once you're where you're going, where he is, if that makes sense. And so we're trying to figure out those logistics right now because where he's going is kind of a really amazing place to be. And not only do I want to visit him while he's there, I want to like live there for a while. I think it would be really cool to like rent a place for like a month or something while he's gone or while he's there. So I can visit you for like a little bit of time.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And we get to live in like a different country and just have a really cool experience.
I can live like with you technically as long as I'm to work on time.
Yeah,
I can be with you.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think it's likely that I'll be traveling outside of the country when you're gone, not only to possibly visit you, but to travel with my family. They're kind of planning a trip right now, so I think that's possible, but we're kind of ironing out the details, so we don't know yet. Tex Thor says, "What was your wedding song?" We didn't have a wedding song.
No.
No, we never had a wedding song. We don't even really have a song. We never really had like a wedding. So we literally just got married at a courthouse. And so we didn't even have any witnesses there. It was just us and the JP when we got married, remember?
Yeah.
And so...
Who was from Washington.
Who was from Washington. And the clerk was from Washington too. Yeah. We're like, this is a sign.
That's funny.
And it was in the middle of like Wichita Falls, Texas. We were like, this is a weird place for all these Washingtonians to hang out. Yeah. Elena. She asked, how'd you meet? How do you answer this question when somebody asks how we met?
There's like two answers.
Yeah, so one answer is like, we technically grew up together.
We went through kindergarten. Like we went through school together starting in kindergarten.
Yeah, much. Like literally we grew up together, but we never really talked.
No, we were in different like friend circles.
Yeah, like friend groups kind of. So we never, like I knew of you, but I never really talked to you or interacted with you.
We didn't have a whole lot of interaction until...
After we graduated high school?
Well, Yeah, or before that, we were in the math class together.
In
that was
like freshman year.
Was that freshman year?
I think
thought
so.
It was no. I think it was sophomore. Or
Maybe.
Like that.
I don't remember. Yeah, we didn't start talking until after we were out of high school and like really started dating.
So that would be our meeting.
Just through mutual friends, kind of. We exchanged numbers. Casey Melvin asks, for the video, I have a couple questions, if that's okay. That's totally okay.
No. Next.
How is everything with the book going? Are you still working on it, still pursuing it, or are you taking a break for right now? So for those of you who are just kind of joining us, I think 2 years ago, wow, was that 2 years ago? No, last
year.
It wasn't this past November, it was the November before that I participated in NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month, because that was the year we went to Vlogger Fair and I was like doing both at the same time and it was super stressful. I did that for a while and I wrote a decent amount in it, but the idea kind of fizzled out. The plot wasn't completely ironed out when I just started it, and so I kind of stopped updating it. One of my biggest goals in life, for real, biggest goal in life, if I dream job status would be to be a writer, to be an author, to be a novelist. That would be like amazing. Being a novelist is really, really, really hard because you have to have everything kind of straightened out. You have to have like ideas for a book, which I have every day. Every day I'm like, that would be such a good story.
Write them down.
Yeah, I gotta write them down, and you have to find the time to write your books.
Yeah.
When you do YouTube and when you are working full time and when eventually you go to the gym and be healthy, it's really hard to find that balance between everything. Yeah. We talked about this in the last vlog, but like 2018, I'm like, all right, we're gonna be better at life. We're gonna organize things a lot better. We're gonna be scheduling things a lot better. And I think it'll be easier to kind of find that routine, especially because you're not gonna be here. Sorry, but I think it'll be easier for me to be like, okay, I can do this, 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 and this while you're gone to like really get on top of life. And so I'm hoping I can kind of come up with a couple more book ideas and actually start ironing them out and doing that this year. Would be a really cool thing, but I don't want to stretch myself too thin, so I don't know. So long story short, am I still working on that specific book? No, but I still want to write books, and that's still like goal number one in life, is to like write books. Do you have any plans to keep busy while Blake is gone? So speaking of writing and speaking of books and stuff, let me know if this would be of interest to you, but I have gotten so many questions about how to handle deployments and like deployment stuff when you're away, and like how to handle separation and things that I do to kind of take my mind off of it and be productive outside of it. So let me know, would anybody be interested in like a write-up of literally everything that I do?
Right now, yes.
I mean, yeah, would anybody be interested in that? Because if that's something you guys are interested in, I can totally do that, because it would be kind of nice to have something written to refer to when I get those questions, because it's kind of a lot to talk about, I guess.
Depend on the person.
Yeah, definitely.
The situation and stuff.
Totally.
And like how much contact you have.
Let me know about that. And yeah, so do I have any specific plans while you're gone? Not right now. It hasn't really hit me that you're leaving yet.
No.
The Grace of Mags asked, ways Blake keeps himself busy during deployments.
So this upcoming deployment is going to be probably a little bit different. So on my last two, pretty much the only thing you had time for was working out, and like eating and sleeping.
It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, and also because in Afghanistan, where I was for my last two, there's not like a lot of entertainment stuff to do, so pretty much you're either like in your room and you have like internet and stuff, so you can like watch like YouTube, Netflix, or whatever, or Skype, or you're at work. For this upcoming one, I'm probably going to be able to do a lot more.
Explore.
Yeah, which I'm really looking forward to. I'll be able to hopefully like go off base.
I think people are going to really want you to like vlog your perspective a little bit while you're away.
Yeah.
Is that something you can maybe do?
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Yeah, that would be super awesome. I want to see that. Not even for you guys, but I want to see that. Like, I want to see what you're up to. What are some cute things you would do for him while he's gone? Letters and stuff like that. So your last two deployments, we actually had really good service and like communication. We talked all the time. Did I ever send you anything? I don't know if I ever sent you anything. I think I might have like once or twice, like care packages.
Yeah.
I did that a lot when you were in tech school.
Yeah.
I did that a lot.
It just got expensive.
Because the other thing you have to keep in mind is you're going to have to bring it all home. So if you don't have a lot of space.
So if it's not like food or something, if it's like a bunch of knickknacks and stuff, like that's cool.
But
now I have to find a spot to put it.
Yeah, exactly. So. And so the stuff that I would send you would be like, I'd send you like candy and like chips and stuff. Stuff that
sea
you
salt
couldn't get
vinegar
out there.
chips.
Yeah, stuff that you couldn't get out there, but you would love.
Oh man, I got you sent me the family size.
Oh, the
bag
sea
of
salt and
Tim's
vinegar
Cascade,
chips.
and I ate those in like a week or two.
Okay, if anybody really likes sea salt and vinegar chips, those are Blake's favorite of all time. The Tim's Cascade kind.
Oh, and the dill chips, but they don't make
all
them
time
anymore.
favorite. Like for real,
Yeah.
have yourself some Tim's Cascade sea salt and vinegar chips. They will blow your mind. Moen3497 asks, what is each of your favorite memories of / with each other?
When I looked at this question earlier, I was kind of thinking of when we got married. That was fun.
Yeah. We drove to
Younger.
Dallas that day.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, we went to that restaurant too.
Yeah, we
were
went to
kind
a steakhouse.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was downtown Dallas.
Yeah.
We got married in Wichita Falls, Texas when he was in tech school. And then we rented a car and just drove to Dallas like 2 hours away just to have a really nice dinner after our wedding, after we got married.
So yeah, that was kind of fun. I totally forgot the Dallas part until you mentioned it because I
remember how humid it was.
Yeah,
it was so humid.
Yeah,
I love the weekend that you graduated from BMT. I still think back to that weekend, and I was like, that was like one of the best weekends of my life. Like,
really?
Yeah, because there's just something so like, I mean, it sounds cheesy, but like so romantic about like seeing somebody that you haven't seen in weeks that you've only talked to in letters. It was just like emotions were so high and I was so happy. Casey Jameson asked, do you regret not having a big wedding / ceremony? So this is funny because we were just talking about this the other day. And overall, I would say no. We definitely don't regret not having a big wedding. Part of it is because the idea of weddings being in a wedding, like being the bride and groom, kind of freaks me out a little bit because it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we kind of had a little private thing because I want you to hear those things, and I don't necessarily want everyone I've ever talked to hear the things that you mean to me.
Yeah, it's a personal thing,
yeah, it's kind of personal, and so I'm glad that we had that small thing. And the only thing that I really regret about it was that we didn't have like a ton of photos. Yeah. We didn't have like a photographer or anything like that. And so we have like 2 or 3 pictures total of the day we got married. Oh, and they were taken from my phone. Yeah. Like they weren't even like nice pictures. That is my one regret.
When we have kids, it can be hard to show them that it happened. But I mean, we can always just tell them too.
Yeah. Well, and like my parents did the same thing. They didn't have like a wedding ceremony or anything. So they don't have wedding pictures, but I never cared as a kid. I never was like, Mom, show me the wedding pictures.
I never did that either. So hopefully our kids get that too. Yeah.
Well, they have these vlogs too. They're like,
that's true.
They're like, I don't even need to see my parents' wedding. I can just look back at their lives. Yeah. Their entire lives after they got married, pretty much. And the other thing I really love about us having a small wedding was that we saved a ton of money. So much cheaper. We saved so much money not doing a big wedding. Yeah. Immediately we had to move down to Vegas. And so we spent so much money just moving that I'm really glad we didn't have a wedding. Kyler McIntyre asked, what event would you rather die in than live through? You know what I would say? I would say I would rather die in the disappearance of MH370 than live through it. The plane that disappeared. Oh. Because the last known coordinate, this like still bugs me to this day. Does anybody else still think about this plane? They thought it ended up going into the South Indian Ocean. And so based on the last coordinates, I would much rather die than survive a plane crash in the South Indian Ocean on a plane where everybody else died. Do you know what I mean? That would probably be mine. Does that make sense? Dang, yeah. I know. What about you?
I was going to say like the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, that's a pretty good answer.
Yeah. Blake, what is your favorite game on the Nintendo Switch, and what games do you plan to get in the future? And also, Katie, how are you liking the Switch? So my favorite game right now, I definitely really like Zelda. This is probably the first Zelda game that I've actually been into. This is my first one that I've actually invested a lot of time into, relatively.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, I really like it. I would like to check out the Mario, the Odyssey one, because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Yeah, everybody
says Mario Odyssey is really good, but we don't have that one yet. No. We have Mario Kart, which is fun.
I like that.
That's super fun.
A Fire Emblem, I think I would like to check out as well, because I used to play it on the Game Boy...
something or other.
SP, I think it was. I know I think they're working on Pokemon games, so that's
that would be so legit. Yeah. Pokemon games are
you
so
have
fun.
to.
Yeah. It's super fun, and I actually really like watching you play it, it's entertaining because when you play Zelda, I get really into watching, and so it's kind of a bonding thing. You'll play and I'll watch and I'll be like, no, go do that.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's super fun.
I like the Switch itself too, just like...
Yeah. Having the convenience of it.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah. In the survey that we recently did, a couple of you guys actually asked if we could do more Q&As in the future. So anytime you have like questions for us, just leave them like wherever, and maybe we can do just a cumulative Q&A every so often.
Q&A like partway through my deployment.
That would be fun, about how you're doing and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be so legit. Yeah. So if you have any like deployment Q&As or Qs, we can aid them in a little bit, I guess, basically. So, and also before I forget, for those of you who are just kind of watching us and are new to our channel, Blake is about to deploy. And so how this is going to work is we are going to go completely offline for a little bit, randomly, before his deployment, just to spend time together, but also just for security reasons. I don't want to be vlogging right before he deploys, so it's obvious about when he's leaving or where he's going. So just for security, we're not going to be vlogging around the time that he deploys, and we're going to stop vlogging for like a week or 10 days around his deployment, and it's going to be random and you're not going to get any heads up. So if we just like stop uploading for a little bit, that's probably what's going on. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wanted to get that out there in case you didn't read my recent tweet about it. Shall we end the vlog?
Yes.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye.